Thank you for tuning into the Office Gladiator special series on criminal defense in the legal field. Your support and interest in this series, as well as your desire to learn more about the intricacies of the law, truly mean a lot to us. We're thrilled to be your go-to source for information and insights into this fascinating world. Today, we're diving into a topic that's vital for everyone to understand: how to handle being pulled over by the police. It's a situation we all hope to avoid, but it's crucial to know how to navigate it should it occur. We'll discuss how to speak to the police, what to say, and just as importantly, what not to say. Remember, knowledge is power. With this knowledge, you can ensure your rights are protected and the situation is handled smoothly. So let's dive right in and get started. As the blue lights flash in your rearview mirror, your initial response is crucial. It's important to remember that safety is paramount both for you and for the officer, so immediately signal your intention to pull over. Do so at the earliest safe opportunity, ensuring you're well off the road, not obstructing traffic. Once you've stopped, stay in your vehicle unless instructed otherwise. This is for your safety as well as the officer's. Keep your hands where they can be seen, ideally on the steering wheel. This shows the officer that you aren't a threat and can help to keep the situation calm. Try to remain calm yourself. It's natural to feel nervous, but remember, this is a routine part of the officer's job. They're not out to get you. They're simply doing their duty. Remember, your actions in these first few moments can set the tone for the entire encounter. Once the officer approaches, clear, respectful communication is key. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. You see, law enforcement officers are people too. They appreciate courtesy and respect, just like anyone else. So when you're speaking to the officer, keep your tone polite and your words clear. Now, when the officer asks for your documents, that's your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance, it's important to comply promptly. But remember, sudden movements can be perceived as aggressive or suspicious. So before you reach for your glove compartment or your wallet, tell the officer what you're about to do. A simple, "I'm going to get my license from my wallet" will suffice. Moving on, let's talk about your right to remain silent. This is a fundamental right you have in any police encounter. If the officer asks you a question that you don't feel comfortable answering, or if you believe your answer might incriminate you, you can politely decline to answer. You can simply say, "Officer, I choose to exercise my right to remain silent." That said, it's crucial to understand the difference between exercising your rights and being confrontational. Remember, your goal here is to keep the situation calm and controlled, not to escalate it. Lastly, avoid admitting guilt. Even if you think you're at fault, it's not your place to make that call. If the officer asks you, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" a safe response could be, "No, officer, I don't." Admitting guilt can complicate matters, especially if you end up in court. So let's review. Speak respectfully. Provide your documents without sudden movements. Exercise your right to remain silent when necessary, and avoid admitting guilt. And above all, remember that this is a conversation, not a confrontation. Remember, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So choose your words wisely and keep the situation as peaceful and respectful as possible. There may come a time when an officer asks to search your vehicle or perform a test. In such situations, it's crucial to be aware of your rights. Now let's delve into the right to refuse searches and tests without a warrant or probable cause. In the United States, the Fourth Amendment protects citizens against unreasonable searches and seizures. This means that unless there's a warrant or probable cause, you have the right to refuse a search of your vehicle. To do so, you might say something like, "Officer, I know you're doing your job, but I don't consent to searches." Keep in mind this should be done respectfully and calmly. Similarly, you have the right to refuse field sobriety tests. These tests include walking in a straight line, standing on one leg, and the horizontal gaze nystagmus test, which involves following an object with your eyes. The officer may also request a breathalyzer test. You can refuse these tests, but it's important to understand that refusal can have consequences. In many states, due to laws known as implied consent laws, if you refuse a breathalyzer test, your driver's license could be suspended. The length of the suspension varies from state to state, but it can range from 90 days to a year. Regardless, refusing a search or test doesn't mean you won't be arrested. If the officer has other reasons to believe you're under the influence or committing a crime, they can still take you into custody. However, by refusing, you're potentially limiting the evidence that can be used against you in court. Remember, every situation is different. Your best course of action will depend on the specifics of your encounter. It's always wise to consult with a legal professional if you have questions about your rights and how to exercise them. In conclusion, understanding your rights can be your shield in such situations. It's about maintaining a delicate balance between cooperation and protection of your rights. Knowing your rights can protect you from unwarranted searches and tests. Once the encounter with the police is over, your actions still matter. It's crucial to remember details about the interaction, especially the officer's badge number. This little piece of information can be your key to accountability, ensuring transparency in the process. If you feel your rights were violated during the encounter, don't hesitate to file a complaint. This might seem daunting, but standing up for your rights is an essential part of a democratic society. You're not just advocating for yourself, but also setting a precedent for others who might find themselves in a similar situation. In case you're facing charges or other legal consequences, it's wise to seek legal counsel. A good lawyer can guide you through the complexities of the legal system, ensuring you're appropriately represented. Remember, the encounter with the police might be over, but your journey might not be. Even after the encounter, you have rights and options available to you. In dealing with the police, knowledge is your best defense. It's crucial to remember this as we recap what we've discussed today. Starting with your initial response, always remember to stay calm and composed. Your attitude can significantly influence the encounter's progression. Communication with the police is crucial. Always be respectful and firm, but remember your right to remain silent. You don't have to answer any questions that may potentially incriminate you. Also, be aware of your rights when it comes to searches and tests. You have the right to refuse, and it's important to express this clearly and without confrontation. After the encounter, document everything. This will be invaluable if there are any legal repercussions. Knowledge is power, and understanding your rights can make a world of difference in these situations. Remember, your rights matter. Please like, share, and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching our special series, and stay tuned for more.